part of the assessment again, you can have a performance assessment put in as well, and this will give you the performance of your system. Is the fan running properly, the condition, the airflow? You might want air readings. You might employ someone like us to just take readings to see if it's working. You might require it to be balanced, or reduction in noise. The environmental issue, if you've got a lot of mould growing in the bathrooms, it could be because your ventilation system's not working properly. And a simple clean could then start reducing down the mould growth. What the conditions of your dampers? Have you got fire dampers? This is probably a good time to reveal just something we've put together. This is what we'd hope that all the housing stock would look like. Do you think they all look like that at the moment? Maybe, now this is worst case scenario, I didn't do. They might look like that. Now, what we got here, you know, I was showing you the shunt, the video where we're going in with the CCTV. That's how you get into it. You take the grill off, so we have to get into the actual flat to actually put the CCTV into that to see what it's like, or put our cleaning equipment into that. This is not over the top. This is quite typical if it's not been cleaned for 40. It may not be typical here, because a lot of people are proud that they will clean this themselves, but they won't take this off and start cleaning this out. So that's our first entry point for any surveys, through the first shunt into the actual system itself. And then if you can imagine, behind this, where the poster is, would be joining up to the riser running down. So we can actually put in the cleaning set right up to the riser, push all of this into the riser itself, and then extract it from the riser. I could tell you how we do that, but then I'd have to kill you because our competitors would want to find out, but we can show you at some stage. There's all different types of grills. You know, we've got, these are normally in the bigger bathroom area ones, and these are normally just ones that normally put in a small toilet extract. Now what they have on some of them, they have an actual fire damper inside. There's a little bit of metal there that when it gets to a certain heat, which I think is 70 degrees, it just closes and actually closes the grill down. So that's good for this type. But what we normally find on these, they haven't. They've normally just got the diffusers that you can balance. You can turn the fins up and down to allow the airflow to come in and out at a different rate. So it's very hard to get something like that looking like, well, one's over here. So if I step over here now, so what we would do, and for any of the specialists like us can do the same. Can you all see that from that box? Move that there. We put a new grill on, and we put a fire block behind it, if that's your requirements. Obviously, this is going to cost you. It's not a lot of money compared to the whole clean. In fact, this is very low cost. But what this does is that if there was a fire in the flat and it hasn't got this type of grill on, it had this, the smoke or the flames may go down there. It would hit the fire block there. I've had to encase this because I don't want it all falling out, and it just blocks itself closed. So it gives you some time, A, for the residents to get out, and B, some time before the fire brigade turn up that it may not spread further up or spread through your riser. It might spread through other things that Dr. Foster has told us about, but that is the idea of it. So if you're spending the money to get the system working properly and you haven't got it, there's things now that can be bespoke to any size of grill or ducting that you've got that we can put just behind the grill. Now, when you have those in, you'll need to have a regular maintenance, maybe every couple of years, that someone takes the grill off to have a look, because imagine from the purple grill I showed you how blocked it gets. It's still going to get blockages, so it just needs to be vacuumed off and then maybe the grill cleaned. So that's what we hope they all look like now. But if you've got any stock that doesn't look like that, that probably doesn't look quite as bad as that, but somewhere similar, just a phone call away, it can look like that. But that's, when we break at the end, if you want to come and have a look, I'll stand around here and I'll go through some of this. You can take it off and have a look yourselves. The reason we have the box on the grill like this is because, sorry film crew if I keep walking around, this one here, a lot of people may not have tiles in their bathrooms. They may have painted or papered walls. Best intention in the world will take this off, but you may damage the actual decor. By putting a surround on the grill, it doesn't have to extrude that far out, we can have it flat. We just cover any marks that we've actually taken away from where the paint or the paper's been cut. So your residents don't complain that my bathroom needs to be redecorated. It's just a simple thing that we've developed over years. That was the major problem to us, or challenges. We don't have problems anymore, do we? Have challenges. Was that residents were saying, great, it works, but you've damaged my wall, or you need to come and paint my bathroom again. And it was always that Stanley knife cut where you've got to get the seal or the paint off. So by putting a simple surround, we can make them any size, any shape, as you can tell from these. It will just make sure that we don't damage the cosmetic look of the bathroom for them. So it's all there for us to be able to deal with it for you. Right, fire safety and performance, typical solutions. A fan refurbishment or replacement, obviously. If it's not up to its job, you replace it. The rooftop ductwork needs to be refurbished or replaced. Depending on how severe the damage is, it may be more cost effective to replace 20 metres of ducting than get someone come round, paint it, relag it and put it up. But that's something that companies like us can recommend to you, and then you make the decisions. Riser cleaning and unblocking, that is the essential part. If that riser is blocked halfway, doesn't matter what you do in the residence flat, it's not going to get out. There's no fumes can get past, or air can go, or slows it down. So we need to make sure that riser is clean and fit for taking up the air, moisture, dust, whatever. Spur ducts have got to be cleaned. If they're not cleaned, they affect the balancing of the system. If you've got, I don't know, 100 grills, say, on a block of flats, 50 on each side, if you've only got 10% working on the right-hand side and 30% working on there because the rest are blocked, the system's going to be out of balance, out of sync. Install fire blocks. You know, if you haven't got fire blocks or dampers in the system and you're doing all the cables and you're putting the expandable foam in there to make sure there's no fire can leak through there, don't forget these. A simple solution, put one of them behind it. And finally, balancing and commissioning. When we do the cleaning of the system, we're not commissioners, but we can balance the system up by doing the grills from the diffusers or the fins. But you could get a commissioning company if you want it to be absolutely 100%. But, you know, all depends on your budgets. You know, you've all got to cut your budgets at the moment. So there's things you can look at that can save a little bit of money, but you can't compromise on other things. So that's where we come in again. We can sit down and prioritise, what do I need? I need it cleaned. Right, okay, we've got to get away with that. I need it balanced, I need this, I need the fire blocks. Well, I haven't really got the budget. Well, how much is it going to cost? Oh, this amount. What can we take off? Well, we could take off, we could do this, we could do that. And then it's a negotiation. As long as we're not compromising the regulation, or the legislation.